Two gospel legends inspire one unforgettable night. Save the date, June 20th to be exact, for Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions, a live concert and recording session at Dallas's Wiley Theater. And Grammy Award-winning gospel artist, songwriter, and producer Myron Butler is here to tell us all about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So glad to have you here. So tell me, what is Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions? What is it all about?
Yeah, Still We Sing, the Legacy Sessions is about keeping gospel music alive and making sure that all of the generations remember the power and the potency and the relevancy of gospel music.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Come on, you speaking the gospel this morning, a little bit about the gospel, I think.
Absolutely. Don't push me. Don't push me.
I like it. Okay, so
Yes.
why did you choose to honor Andre Crouch and
Yes.
Thomas Whitfield specifically?
Man, Andre Crouch and Thomas Whitfield, first of all, they were one or two of the biggest influences on my musical journey. But both of them, literally, Andre Crouch, his music transcended the church. It went into mainstream. Thomas Whitfield's music literally changed the landscape of how gospel artists and gospel musicians approach gospel music. So part of it is selfish because they impacted me, but I wanted to honor them because they are some of the premier gospel legends. And you know, we throw that word around, but they are truly legends.
You know what? I like the fact that you put a full circle moment spin on it because of the simple fact that you're like, yes, it's selfish and I do appreciate them. But without those influences, we wouldn't have the next generation of musicians and artists to add to the gospel genre.
Absolutely.
And so June is Black Music Month, as
It
you
is.
know. So
It
how
is.
does this event connect to the larger celebration of Black music in general?
Yes, I mean, for me, because gospel music is not just about church history and celebrating the music of the church. It is literally that gospel music has a very tangible and potent effect on music in general. I mean, like, you get Beyonce who says, this person from the church influenced me, and so many other gospel musicians and artists, and all of those have literally had an effect on music in general. So when we talk about Black Music Month, I thought it just befitting and, just important that we make sure that gospel music gets highlighted.
I was about to say, you walked me right into my next question, which is, why is gospel music still so important today? Because I do think you're right. The church has so much influence on so many different genres that, I mean, you could literally start with gospel and then
go anywhere.
Yeah. And so tell me, do you think that's why it's important?
I think that, but I think also because it gives language to hope. Hope, we're living in some very, interesting times.
Yes,
and
indeed.
People in every phase of life, everybody needs hope. It doesn't matter what your background is, what your socioeconomic background is. And gospel music gives language to that. It literally puts words on what hope looks like tangibly. So that's why I think gospel music still is and will always be relevant.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I heard this theory the other day. I'm going off script right now, I just want to say. But I want to know what your thoughts are. So you know how we have usually a worship team, but it used to be a choir. And now it's like 3 or 4 people max, and then maybe like a band or two to a drummer or something to go along with it. Do you think the scope of how we worship in church has changed the gospel genre and then music thus after that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, let me go to that because that's something that we talk about in gospel music so much. They say, bring back the choir.
Yeah.
Well, I am of the mindset that the choir never left. I started out as a choir director doing choir workshops. There will be a choir at this concert. There will be an orchestra. So for me, I think that yes, gospel has kind of evolved and you've seen different iterations of it. But for me, the gospel choir will always have a place in church music.
Come on now.
Always.
Come on now.
Come on, altos.
Present. They're still here. They're still here. Come on, sopranos. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so tell me why it's important to you and to the genre in regard to everything when it comes to gospel pioneers, legends, keeping them alive for the next generation.
Yeah, we say this, and I think, it's not just tongue-in-cheek that we're standing on the shoulders of those who came before us. But for me, that is literal truth. I am not so gifted that I just blazed my own trail. I have to understand that there were Kirk Franklins, that there were Dinah McClurkins, that there were Thomas Dorseys and Shirley Caesars and Albertina Walkers that came before me and made the path that I chose to take musically possible. It wasn't just me. So I think that this generation and every generation has to know and has to hear and has to see the music and the influences of the voices that came before them. We have to repeat that in every generation.
Let me ask you this. What's the feeling that you get when now the next generation has added your name to that list?
Wow. It makes me feel old. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still 20. You know, no, I'm humbled. I'm humbled because I come from very humble beginnings. I was born in a small town in Florida, and I could not have navigated the path that God allowed for me. So when there are current generation, you know, individuals that celebrate my music and say that I influence them, it makes me humble.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. God has given you the path, and you have followed the light and the journey. And
Absolutely.
I think obedience is the hardest part of the relationship.
Come on,
and
but
you
it's
are
better than
doing
sacrifice.
Come on now. Any other projects that you're working on that we can look forward to?
Yes. Well, I started out doing music with my group Levi, Myron Butler and Levi, and we are in the throes of doing music for the next Myron Butler and Levi record that will be out at the beginning of 27.
Nice.
Yes.
Very
So always
good.
doing something.
There's
Always irons in the
something
fire.
to look forward to. Can I ask you, because you're such an uplifting person, is there a particular song that you listen to when you're down, when you're out, that really raises your spirit?
Yes, you know, it's an Andre Crouch song,
Is it?
and it's "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me." Because for me, I look, it's scripture, and I look at that as a command that I literally have the power and the authority to command my soul, to command my emotions, no matter how I feel, no matter what I'm going through, to bless the Lord, and that lifts me.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, look, I'm going to add that to my playlist. That's a good one indeed. I like it.
Yes,
okay, what can people expect when they attend June 20th, Wiley Theater for
Yes.
the concert and live recording?
They can expect a phenomenal experience, not just a concert, not just a recording. We're going to take them back down memory lane in a way that they will not forget. And it's a live recording, so those that will be in attendance will be a part of this history-making event.
Come on now.
Yes.
You know, when you listen to those tunes and they have like the live audience in the background, listen, we are going to be a part of it, you guys. We're going to be on iTunes. I'm so excited.
I love it.
Where do people go for more information, tickets, all the things?
Yes, go to www.attpack.org/Myron26.
Myron, thank you so much for being here this morning. I enjoyed this
Thank you
conversation.
so much for having me.
The Lord is present.